So hello everyone, welcome to class number 12 and before we start this class, I just wanted to tell you a small story. Okay? So this happened very recently. I guess all of you guys already know how to edit videos on Premiere Pro. So I wish you all the best to improve, but man, congratulations because you have done a great job. We have received so many assignments. Assignment number 3 was a huge hit. Keep doing it. But yeah, coming back to the story. So there were two editors and designers combined. Who applied for a job, right? And this is a real-time story. This actually happened in the startup in which I am working. Okay? So two people, person A, person B. Person A ka edit was much better. Okay, we have gone through the profiles. Person B, uska edit is okay. But then person 2 got hired and not 1. And both of them were charging the same amount. Why? We'll get to know in this lecture. Let's start. My name is Tharun. Video editing has changed my life, and it can change yours too. You know, Tharun speaks quality, quantity. So hello everyone, welcome back to class number 13, and in this class we are going to discuss one of the most important topics, which is the text colors and font pairing, right? Because most of the students, whenever you see, for example, in any tutorial that you watch on YouTube, they just explain you here how do we add text, right? You go to text tool, you go to type tool, whatever you want to call it, and then you just add it onto the profile, right? You just add it onto the video that we are editing, right? That is how everyone teaches. That is what everyone focuses on. But no one actually talks about why do we even add text? Why do we add text? Like, why the hell do we add text while editing videos, right? No one talks about this. And no one also talks about one more thing, which text should be added, right? For example, if I'm talking like, hey guys, welcome back, my name is Tharun, right? This is the statement. What text do you add? Do you add, hey guys, welcome back? Do you add all of these things? No, right? What do we add? We add the most important terms. We add the most important text. For example, I want people to recollect. I want people to remember that my name is Tharun, Tharun, Tharun. So I'll add Tharun ka name, right? So no one actually talks about why do we add text, which text do we actually add, and how many text do we actually add? I mean, how many text is too much? How many text is very less? What is the exact amount of optimum number of text that we should add while editing videos? No one talks about all of these things, and why? Right? So you being a video editor, you should exactly know all these things, right? When do we add text? Why do we add text? What text do we add? Right? So these are equally important as what fonts you are using, what is the font pairing, what colors of the fonts are you using, right? So first let's discuss about these things and then let's go to these things. So first things first, why do we add text, right? So there are 3-4 cases. The first case is being to highlight something important, right? Imagine if I'm talking about IIT Kharagpur. I finished 4 years, 5 years, or maybe my name is Tharun, so Tharun is highlighted up. So basically to highlight anything which is important, to make people remember some exact things, right? Some exact statement, some exact word. So that is when we add text. This is the first reason. And then we also add text as like a B-roll sequence, right? Sometimes we just have, for example, if there is a person talking to you here, what do? We just add a text background on this, right? Basically, entire thing will be covered with a text background. And on that, we add THARUN, right? So we add text to highlight something, we add text like a B-roll, and why else do we add text? So one more reason that we actually add text is to, for example, if in product videos, what videos? In some product videos, for example, if this is an iPhone or something, we highlight a particular part of the video, right? It's just listen to whatever I'm telling. The first one is different from the third one, right? In both the cases, we are highlighting something, right? In the first one, we are highlighting a particular word in which I'm talking. In the second one, we are talking about B-rolls. And in the third one, it's the same thing as first one, but we are highlighting a specific part of a video. For example, if there is an iPhone over here, right? Imagine we are talking about this new dynamic island, right? At that point of time, we also call it as a call out, right? So we do call outs, right? So these are some of the major reasons why we actually add text, right? So now moving on, which text to add? What are the texts that you should add, right? So the answer is already answered, because why do we add text? We add text to highlight something, which means we already got the answer of which text to add. Anything which we want to highlight should be added. Anything which we want people to not forget is to be added, right? And then what else? The second case is whenever you're doing a B-roll kind of stuff, right? At that point of time, you already have the answer. If you're doing a B-roll, add those texts, right? And the third thing, whenever you're doing a call out in a product video or something, at that point of time, you already have the answer, which is which text to add, which is call out wala sentence, call out wala word, right? So now I just want to highlight that this is one of the most important things, because most of the editors, even the experienced ones, they just do it very wrong, man. Like, they just keep adding any random sentence, any random word on the entire screen. And this actually spoils the entire edit, because doesn't matter whatever you are editing. Imagine you are trying to edit an entire sequence and you just write all the irrelevant text on the screen. What do people focus on, right? So you need to choose, you need to prioritize the text that you are adding, right? Got it? So even the assignments, like just take a case of the assignments that you have done, right? Now go back, watch your own assignment and analyze, okay, at this point of time, I added this text. Is this relevant? No, it's not. Is this relevant? No, it's not. Is this relevant? Yes, it is. So you actually need to understand, achha, this is a irrelevant text. Why did I add it? So I need to remove it, right? So keep analyzing these things. Got it? So now coming to the next thing, which is how much text is too much text, right? What does it mean? It means that some people overdo adding text effects. Each line, each sentence, each word, even though it's not relevant, they just add it, right? Some people overdo it. Some people don't do it much. And you as a video editor need to focus on this thing. Okay? You're having a perfect balance between the talking head shot, which means if I'm talking, right? If I'm talking to you, so the talking head, wherever there is a good expression, you should never remove the good expression. Okay, we'll talk about it later. But now, so you should have a perfect balance between the talking head shot and the B-rolls that you are editing and the text that you are adding. So all these three things matter equally, right? And you should have like a healthy balance between all these three things. Just remember it. I'm telling you these things because most of the people, even the experienced ones, even the experienced editors, they mess up these very simple things. I mean, just take it in a common sense way, right? What does your common sense tell you? To have a balance, correct? So exactly, whenever you're going to edit a video from right now, understand these things. Why are you adding this text? You should ask these questions to yourself. Why am I adding this text here? Is this text relevant over here? Should I just remove this? Achha, did the number of text become a lot? Is the audience who is watching your video is actually able to focus on the text which is actually required, right? You need to keep asking all these questions to yourself. Got it? So now with the basic questions being answered, let's move on to the next thing, which is colors of the text. Because right now, at this point of time, you already edited assignment number 1, assignment number 2, assignment number 3, right? You edited all the 3 assignments. I'm just imagining some people who are watching this lecture might have not finished the assignments, which is very bad. I request you to finish the assignments very fast and submit. But if you have already done it, you might have already added some text inside your video. Correct? Yes? Correct. So, if you actually see some of you, right? Some of you who edited the video, they already added good colors for the text. But some of you added the text in a very bad manner, right? It doesn't look pleasing for the audience to watch that video just because the colors of the fonts, colors of the text is weird, right? Because you need to actually understand what kind of the video am I editing, what is the vibe of a particular scene, what is the vibe of the entire video, and along with that, also what is the background color. You need to consider all these things into one basket and then judge what is the color of the text that I'm going to put in. Got it? And to help you with that decision making, we have a couple of guidelines for you, right? A simple, like very simple, small guidelines. Got it? So let's get into it. First thing, there are 2 types of things. For example, if you just take temperature or maybe whatever you want to call it. So we have warm text and then we have cold text, right? For example, whatever are warm, yellow, orange, thoda sa gray or darker orange. Then we have pink, then we have red. This actually brick red in color, but yeah. So and then we have like a blend between the orange and red. So all these warm colors, they have a property of being active, right? For example, let's just take a case of you designing a banner, right? A banner for selling a Nike shoes, selling Nike ka shoes, or maybe any shoes, or maybe anything. So what do you have? You have like a shoe over here, correct? Maybe, okay, just imagine this like a shoe. Okay, you have some main key points about the shoe over here, and over here you are adding get now, or maybe buy now, or something like that. So it would be much better for you to use a warmer color over here, because these colors are active in nature, correct? So people will definitely notice these important things. So whenever you have something very important, try to use warmer colors over there. Got it? And then now moving on, let's go to the colder colors. This is warm written over here, but this is actually cold, right? So these colder colors, right, in contrast have calming and serious effect. Got it? So this is again by given, taken, whatever you want to call it. So whenever you are mentioning here at this point of time, coming back to the same example, whenever you are mentioning some key highlight points over here, try to make it in like thoda sa colder colors, right? Thoda sa serious, but also cold, like some calming effect, right? For example, if you're talking about this Nike Vapor Max is a model, right? You have like air bubbles over here. So talk about those in cold colors, right? So you got what I'm trying to say. Whenever you have something important which you want the audience to definitely focus upon, which for example, something like get now or something like that, at that point of time, try to use warmer colors, right? And for other stuff, which are something serious, important, but more like a qualifications wala thing of the shoe or something like that, try to use colder colors. Again, let me just tell you that these are just basic guidelines. You don't definitely need to follow. These are not rules. These are guidelines. There's difference between rules and also guidelines. So whatever I'm trying to tell you right now are basic guidelines. They are not rules. You can obviously use blue color here. You can obviously use red color here. Doesn't matter. But majority number of people, right? We talk about averages. There might be exceptions, but majority number of people get their attention onto warmer colors, right? Again, every single person has their own choice. Every single creator has their own choice. So stick with whatever you want, but just consider these guidelines, some tricks while you're editing your next video. Got it? So now as we are talking about colors, let's see what are the colors and what is the emotion conveyed by these colors, right? So first things first, let's go to red. So red color, as you already know, it's bold, it's courageous, it's energetic, right? It stimulates appetite. So yeah, this is like a fact. You can ask your brother or someone, right? What gland does the red color stimulate? It's a pituitary gland, right? So basically, if you want any text to stand out, to make it bold, to make it courageous, look energetic, that's when you actually use red. For example, Coca-Cola, Nintendo, all these brands, Lego, right? These are energetic. You want to show that energy. Let's again try to take an example of this Coca-Cola advertisements, okay? So you see most of these advertisements, they have something like, a girl is coming, she's like diving into the sea, coming out, and then walking on the beach. She's like trying to party with friends here and there, and suddenly then you have a Coca-Cola bottle. She takes a sip. She puts it there, and then we have Coca-Cola branding coming on. So you understand, like people want to portray that energy. And then you have the next color, which is orange, right? You use orange to show that kind of, warm, friendly nature. It's cheerful, it's confident, it's fun, right? That's when you actually try to show orange. Again, brands like, for example, Gulf, Amazon ka niche, it's not actually yellow in color. I mean, it's kind of a blend. Mostly it looks different on different screens, but yeah. And then, so basically these kind of things, this is what orange is for. Okay. So moving on to the next color again, yellow. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're not able to see this yellow here. This is a poor choice of, colors of text, but yeah. Usually yellow is to show optimism, right? It's used to show clarity. It's used to show that positive nature. I mean, just try to look at the brands which use yellow color, right? Subway is there. It obviously wants, that positive nature for you, correct? And also brands like Nikon, the camera brands. It actually want to show you that clarity kind of stuff. I mean, not exactly that clarity, but it wants to show a positive living relationships. Like, you can capture whatever you want. You want to store your memory that you had. Come on, do it. Nikon is for that. right? And then moving on to the next color, which is green. I mean, what to say about green, man? It shows balance, it shows harmony, it shows health, it shows growth, it shows freshness. Now, what colors are fruits? What colors do you usually see in the fruits ka package? Peanuts, matana, all this stuff, man. Come on, it's green, correct? And then we have blue. What is blue for? Again, it's mostly used to show the trustworthy nature. For example, use my HP ka laptop. We are trustworthy, we are the best brand, right? Use my Dell ka laptop. We'll give you the trust 10 years, 20 years ka warranty. I mean, it doesn't give. My laptop got spoiled in 5 months. That's a different case, but they want to portray it. Correct. And then we have purple. Who uses purple? I've never seen purple, but yeah, if you might have seen previous Yahoo logo, all of these things, Taco Bell, all of this stuff, these have purple. But you know, if you're trying to edit videos, I would say, bhai, don't use purple. Kind of looks weird, at least I don't like it. Again, as I initially told you, text, fonts, colors, all of these things are very personal choice. Just don't make it look weird. Just don't make it like, for example, don't make it like this yellow color, yellow background pe white. Just don't do these kind of stuff. Make text visible and you'll be good to go. And also don't make it very irritating also. For example, colors like red, right? They stand out, right? If you have like the entire footage over there, you add one red mark somewhere, it stands out. People look at it. But imagine you add red here also, you add red here also, here also, here also, here also. It makes the entire visual look irritating, man. You understand what I'm trying to say? So don't overdo it. Don't do it very less. I mean, if you're using some irritating, very active colors like red, you can even use it once or twice in the entire, frame. But don't overdo it. Got it? You can actually use thoda lesser colors. For example, maybe gray or maybe sky blue. These kind of colors, they can come at many spots. You can entirely basically fill this entire thing with like blue, 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 blue. It doesn't look irritating, but active colors like red, don't put them, don't just sprinkle them here and there. It just looks very irritating for people who are watching your video or watching your design or something like that, right? And also one of the most important things that I want you to remember is whenever you're trying to add a, text inside your video edit, try to focus on the background. What colors are there in the background? And accordingly decide. For example, there's this color wheel, right? This is a color wheel. So whenever you're editing a video, look at the background color and either use things which complement it, right, or contrast it. Basically, what I'm trying to say is imagine you have so much of red wala vibe inside the video, right? There's a red color table and you add red color text on it. It looks bad. You can use light brick red to make the text, thoda sa visible on it. It gives a pleasant wala vibe. But what I'm trying to say is just focus on what is the background color. What is the color of the entire frame that you are adding the text in, and accordingly add the text. Otherwise it will become weird, right? So I am trying to put this colors according to backgrounds is that there was a creator, right, whom I was working with before a while when the boring edit, my agency which we are running, this was active. This was before almost 1.5 years right now. So what happened was this was the frame. This was the video that was given to us and here was a creator. We had to edit the video and we had to send it back, right? So I gave the video to one of my editors. He edited it, right? And then he sent it back to the creator. But what happened was that the creator was very much disappointed because what the creator actually wanted is your background mein there is green color ka some elements, right? Here's green, here's green, here's green, some green, and then there's yellow color cut stuff, right? And then my editor who was in the agency, he added black color cut text. So if you see, black, yellow is fine, but as there are so many green elements behind, it was not actually complementing. You can also make green and black complement, look good with each other, but in that video, that specific scene, it was not looking good. And the creator was like very much disappointed. We lost the client, like he was paying us like 90,000 every single month, and then we see that we just lost the creator, right? So whenever you're trying to add text, whenever you're trying to add fonts, change fonts, one of the best things that you should definitely do is first talk to the creator, because every creator has their own brand colors, has their own brand fonts. If they don't, you should try to help them with the same, right? You can't just imagine ki acha, I like Akira expanded ka font, so I'll just keep using it in all the videos. Nahi. Every creator, if you're freelancing, this is very important. If you're trying to freelance, if you're trying to work for someone, if you're trying to work with so many creators, at that point of time, I definitely want you to get on a 5 to 10 minutes meet with the creator. Just sit with him on the meet, right? Just talk to him. Tell him, yeah, this is what I'm trying to add. These are the colors that I'm going to use for the text. These are like, go frame by frame. It'll just take you like 10 minutes, but will save you a lot of time, and it has a potential to increase your value also, right? Imagine if he was paying you 2000 per edit. If you actually get on a meet, understand his brand entire elements, brand fonts, brand colors and all of these things, at that point of time, he'll appreciate that thing. The entire edit also will be, see, what is video editing, right? If you're freelancing, you want the creator to be satisfied the most, correct? How do you make him satisfied the most? First thing, you get the basics right, you do the normal video edit properly, and then you need to add things that the creator likes. So what you have to do is, you gotta sit on a meet with him. You need to discuss, Achha, these are the things that I'm going to focus on. These are the colors that I'm going to focus on. These are the fonts that I'm going to use. You need to convey that. Take an agreement, come to a mutual agreement, try out 2 or 3 different things. Imagine you add an yellow color text, right? So the yellow is looking like that, blue is looking like this. Hey man, what do you want to use, right? Get inputs and then deliver the final product. This is very, very important, right? If you are going to freelancing. But if you are editing for yourself, the only person that you need to convince is yourself. But your design sense at this point of time might not be good, because obviously, you are very new to design. Most of you are very new to design. Most of you are very new to video editing and all of these things. You might just be a class 10 student sitting here and learning all of these things for the first time. Your design sense is not as good. So what do? You try to improve it. How do you do it? We'll talk about it in the next 5 to 6 minutes. So just stick on, right? Now let's actually see some of the examples of how some text have been added in some of my favorite videos, right? This is the first one. So this is a clip. This is a footage. This is a text or like a frame from Gox Art. This is creator called Gox Art. Man, his videos are so amazing. If you might have never heard of him, just go try to watch it, man. This is going to be good, right? So you see, background में there's black, there's dark, I don't know, kind of soil, grey wala soil, right? And then he has added this again kind of dim cream wala thing. Like it actually looks very good on this, right? So this is one thing. And then you see, again we have thoda sa greenish, darkish black, and then we have thoda sa dark yellow on this. Again looks good. Then we have again blue, thoda sa wood, and then we have similar yellow color. So the same cream color is going with all these backgrounds. See? So there's nothing right or there's nothing wrong. It's at the end of the day, it's about what looks more appealing, right? That's why in the initial thing, whenever I was telling you, the beginning part of this video, beginning part of this entire lecture, I was trying to tell you at the end of the day, it's about what comes out better. Whatever I'm trying to teach in this video are just the guidelines and not rules, right? So at the end of the day, you need to keep experimenting with different colors. But this entire lecture is to make you focus on these things. These little things can break or make your video. So just focus on your colors. Just focus on, okay, we'll also talk about fonts and all. But yeah, colors, very important, man. Got it? So again, one more example. Red on this, I don't know, green, dark, kind of smoky video. Again, looks good. Right? So now most of you who just got started with the video editing journey and all of these things, you might not be, as I keep telling you, might not be as good as others who already got started before 1 year, 2 years or 3 years, right? So how do you nail your colors? How do you get your colors right every single time, right? For example, imagine I am going to write an exam and I don't know anything. मुझे कुछ भी नहीं पता है, right? Physics का paper है, I never studied, I'm not experienced. What do I do? But at the end of the day, I need to get good marks. What do? What do you do? Talking about me, I copy. Right, obviously you don't know what the subject is, what the syllabus is, you never studied, you never opened a book, you never listened to classes, but you need 100 by 100 marks, what do you do? Or maybe 90 by 100 marks, what do you do? You copy, right? Over here also we have a similar concept. We don't exactly copy, but we steal. Tharun, steal, copy, kya bol rahe tu? Right? So we steal like an artist. Have you heard this name of the book? It's called The Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. If you did not, this is a very small book. It will take you like 2 to 3 hours to finish the entire book. It's actually a part of the trilogy. There are 3 books: Steal Like an Artist, Keep Going, and there's one more in between. I just forgot the name. But yeah, just read this book. The end conclusion of this book is that if you copy from one person, I mean, if you just copy paste from one person, it's called copying. But if you copy from multiple people, right, it's called taking an inspiration. So take an inspiration, but from so many people. Got it? How do you do it? It's simple. You just go to websites like Dribble or any design things. For example, you can also go to Canva and see their templates. You can also go to Pinterest, right? All of these things, go there. So if you're just going to dribble.com, then go to this branding section. You'll be seeing so many, these things. So you'll be seeing so many designs over there, website designs, all of these things. So just look at them, try to copy initially. Just copy paste, like what is the font used, I'll tell you what website can you use to find the font ka name and what is the website that is required to download the font. But for now, just listen to this, okay? Whenever you are going to edit a new video, try to copy. It's fine to copy. It's absolutely fine, right? Imagine you're watching my videos, you can also try to copy fonts from my videos. It's fine. Because at the end of the day, the quality of your end result matters. Quality of your end final product matters. Correct? So, go to dribble.com, go to this branding wala section, or maybe go to this typography, web design, and try to see what are the colors that they are using. Try to see what are the fonts that they are using, and then just copy paste. Utha lo udhar se. Got it? Chalo. So now moving on, we have one more creator, right? His name is Kalspur Designs. I don't know. I can't even pronounce this. But yeah, just watch. I mean, he's like a inspiration for me in fonts and all, fonts, colors and all. He's actually a web designer. His fonts and this carousel designs, Instagram pay, all these things are very good, man. Just go, just watch, just look at them, take inspiration. I mean, just copy and then try to use them in your videos, right? So there's this good quotation, right? With time, I mean, initially you'll try to copy the style of others, and with time, you'll keep copying from multiple people. First day, creator 1 se copy kar liya. Second day, creator 2 se copy kar liya. Third day, creator 3, creator 4, creator 5, creator 6. You copy from 100 different creators, and throughout the journey, your own style emerges. Right? Just focus on these terms very well. Like, this is very important for you. You learn by copying and stealing from others. This is the dark truth of becoming an artist, creator, right? So I'll try to finish this entire lecture very fast from now, right? Not because nothing is important from here, but because from here the lecture gets faster and there are very less things that you have to remember. So now let's talk about one of the most important things, which is font pairing. This font pairing is equally important as what text that you're adding, what colors that you're adding, is the colors matching with your background or not. Along with these 3 things, font pairing is also one of the most important things. Let me tell you why. But what the is font pairing? Tharun, abhi tak to you're just talking about fonts. You never mentioned about fonts. You never mentioned about, like, what is a font, right? You're just talking about text abhi tak. What is font? Right? A font is nothing but a style. And the font pairing is nothing but when you try to pair a different type of sentences, different words, different sentences all together to make it look like a design. Right? This is also called as typography. This is a part of typography, by the way. So how do you add? For example, if you just have one text, you just added text on the front. It's fine. But imagine you have like a statement, you have like an entire sentence that you want to add. At that point of time, it will be very weird if you have same text here and same text here, same font, same size and everything, right? Just look at this thing only, right? Font pairing, a 4-step guide. So here we use 2 different fonts, one on the top, one on the bottom, right? And at the end of the day, this looks like a good design, right? If you just you're just using the 4-step guide also in the same fonts, it looks okay. But you didn't come buy this course to just be okay, right? You want to become a pro, right? So now let's actually get into the 4-step method on how can you actually font pair. Pair fonts, font pairs, pair fonts, font pairs, anything. So the step 1 is the contrast pairing, right? Imagine you have again a video, a frame, right? So here you are adding text number 1, right? So whenever you're trying to do this, you always need to focus on contrast pairing. What does this mean? So imagine the first text is big. Try to add the second text. My name is Tharun. First text is big, the second text is small. It becomes a good design, right? Imagine the first one is bold. The second one, make it thoda sa light, right? Imagine the first text is bold, heavy and all in capital letters, right? Then make the second one in small letters. So focus on the contrast. How much contrast can you create between these two words, sentences, right? And also always try to highlight, always try to keep the bigger, bolder and capital letter words. Try to make them the most important thing. Take a most important word, then try to make it big, then try to make it bold, then try to make it in capital letters, right? Because more focus should always go to the most important thing while you're writing videos. See, I'm telling you this, you'll definitely forget this thing. Always focus on this. This is one of the major things that most people mess up. They just pick out a random sentence. My name is Tharun. They highlight my name, but they write Tharun very small. Nahi. You want Tharun to be remembered, not my name. My name is Tharun, but get the point. So the second step that you have to do is, there's this crazy concept, right? Which is less people stand out. So again, story time. Imagine you have a class, right? There will be very few people inside the entire class who are very, very talented and people will be talking about it. Imagine we have India. There will be very few talented athletes, right? Imagine you have like US or somewhere. We have very few talented guitar players or something like that, right? So what I'm trying to say is less people stand out because there will be less number of talented people, right? I'm just trying to draw a diagram here. Yeah. So imagine this is a room, right? Here you have one person, here you have person number 2, here you have third person, here you have fourth person, fifth person, sixth person, seventh person, eighth person, ninth person, 10th person, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th and 15th. You have 15 people inside a room, right? Find the odd one out. That's not what I'm trying to say. Is there'll be very few talented people inside a class and those people stand out. Now you might just ask me like, Tharun, why are you even telling this example? Now try to take this example, try to relate this class example as a design. What do you see? You have so many blue color things. You have one red color thing, which means more active, more important word, should stand out and should be in an active color, right? And you can't have so many of these red color things. Idhar ek, you can't have so many of this, right? So iska quantity should also be lesser. In a society, average people ka quantity will be higher, right? And same in the design. Less important words ka quantity will be higher. More important words will have to stand out, so should be in active colors and also should be less in number. Got it? This is what this design tries to tell you. So this is the second step, which is less people stand out. So moving on to the next step, which is sans serif fonts for heading and serif fonts for body. I'm very sure half of you might have never heard about sans serif and serif. So what I want you to do is go to Google and search for sans serif, right? Sans serif fonts, and make a list of them. Make like 10 list, right? And then go to Google, search for serif fonts. Make a 10 list, right? Put them one beside each other. Now go to Canva or any other design software, or maybe even on your Premiere Pro this thing, and try to use headings. Okay. And try to use sans serif fonts as headings, which is bigger text on the top or on the bottom, and serif fonts for the body, right? And try to just visualize it, try to use it. 10 here, 10 here, that might be a lot. So 5 here, 5 here. That will give you a pair of like 25? No, yeah, 25, right? So do this assignment, that will be very, very helpful for you. You'll actually try to visualize and learn. Right? So this is step number 3, sans serif fonts for heading, serif fonts for body. You got it? First step, focus on contrast pairing. Second step, less people should stand out. Third step is sans serif for heading, serif for body. And fourth step is again coming back to our golden rule, steal like an artist, right? Just go to Dribble, just go to Pinterest, just try to see what fonts they are using, right? And try to use the same fonts. But now you might ask me like, Tharun, मुझे तो पता नहीं है. I don't know what fonts he's using. What should I do? I don't know the name of font only, man. Like, what should I do? Right? And here comes the next good part, which is how do you find the fonts? Right? You go to a website. I mean, just go to Google. See, for someone who knows how to Google properly and who knows like a proper roadmap for the to learn any skill, they don't need the use of any course. All these courses, they are actually here. I mean, the information is available for free, but these courses make the learning streamlined. We tell you these are the things which are needed. We also tell you, Acha, this is the exact amount of time that you should actually need to spend on this particular concept, right? We also decide your timeline, so that you can actually learn to the best level, right? That's why all these courses are for. Right? Again, coming back to the video, coming back to this. Any design that you want, just take a screenshot of it, right? And you can directly go to Google, search for find fonts image, something like that. Search and you'll get so many websites, but what the font is one of them, right? Just go there, upload the screenshot that you have edited, that you have taken, and it'll give you the font ka name. And once you have the font ka name, what you can do is, you can go to dafont.com and you can download that font, right? It will also give you some alternatives which are free. Not all the fonts will be free. Some fonts will be paid, right? So that is it, man. That is all for this class. I just wanted to highlight a couple of things before I leave this class. The first one is the color that you're going to use in a video or in the text matters a lot. Try to use text which match with the background, either a complement or contrast, right? Now the third thing, always try to decide the color of the font based upon the mood, vibe of the statement that the creator is trying to tell you, right? And then fourth thing, don't overdo text. You need to have a hormonal balance. You need to have like a proper balance between the face, the B-rolls and the text, right? And then coming to the fonts, right? Always use fonts. Some fonts are usually for peaceful emotions. Search it up. Some fonts are usually for, wild kind of emotions, creepy emotions. So you need to specifically use these fonts for that emotion, these fonts for that vibe, right? And then comes to the next thing, which is font pairing. You need to pair. While you're trying to pair, there is a 4-step method that we have discussed. Contrast pairing ek hai, less people stand out, and then sans serif and serif, right? Fourth one, steal like an artist. And while stealing like an artist, you need a couple of websites which can directly, kind of identify the font that you're using and give you that font. And then finally, download the font and try to use it. Most importantly, go to Dribble or any of your favorite creator and try to copy stuff from him. That's it. If you do these things right, your entire video editing, text, fonts will look amazing, right? So this class is one of those classes that other video editing courses might not teach you, right? Because these things are being taught in web design or maybe like some other design classes, right? But we also have to make the entire visual look pleasing, and that's why we teach you these things, because we consider that these are some of the most basic things for you, right? So now before I leave you with one more thing, I've taken so many courses on video editing, but none of the courses mentioned this one last step, right? Which I'm going to share with you right now. This is find out or edit. Listen to this. Focus on each sentence, each word that I'm telling you. Find out and edit based on expression of the talking head shot. What does this mean? Right? Imagine a creator is there. He gave you a video to edit, right? There will be some parts inside the video where the creator ka expression stands out, right? He's like, "Kya ho raha hai idhar? What is this? Hey, this is a good thing." All these kind of expressions, right? Which are to be highlighted. Don't add any kind of B-roll or text while the creator has a good expression on his face, right? Most people mess it up. Most people don't even notice this point, but you have to notice because you are learning from this course, right? Always try to focus on where is the creator, what is the expression of the creator, what is he exactly saying. These are the 3 or 4 most important things. If you actually, even before you actually start the entire video edit, you actually need to watch the entire thing and you need to highlight, acha, this point, this point, this point. These are 3 or 4 points where the creator has a best expression. At that point of time, don't add any B-roll, don't add any text. You can just zoom in onto the expression. So this is the first tip, and then comes this next tip, which is not just on the expression, but also the flow of the creator. You need to focus on the flow. If the creator is actually speaking very confidently, if the face of the creator or if the face of the creator is kind of thoda sa sad like this, right? At that point of time, adding text or B-rolls will make the entire video edit thoda sa less vibey, right? Because human expressions, human emotions are one of the most important things, and you shouldn't hide them. You shouldn't hide them with the text. You shouldn't distract them by adding a B-roll. Just make it raw. And whenever you want, whenever it's like a normal conversation, whenever he's explaining something at that point of time, you can always add it. So yeah, with that being said, that is all. Last couple of classes, Neeraj has taken it. And guess what? I mean, what's there to guess? I'm already back. So next class will again be very soon. I'll see you in the live. Chalo, bye-bye, tada. Oh, I'm so sorry. The next class is going to be about text animations. How did I forget? How I had to tell you. I'm so sorry. Bye-bye, bye-bye.